All right. Good evening, everybody. Hey, so I was thinking about what are the changes? Why do some companies succeed and others don't? Why do, even though they seem to have the same stuff? I've bought several companies, I've sold several companies, and I found the ones I bought because I knew they did good work, but for some reason they weren't making any money. And number one, they didn't know their financials. Number two, they weren't consistent in their marketing. This was a relationship business. You need to be consistent. I do mostly, carpet upholstery, odor, trauma scene cleanup. Uh, but the biggest thing when I do with my consulting and stuff is talk to people about being consistent, you know, and I help them write things that will help them be consistent. Okay, consistent marketing, going up, showing up on a regular basis. So the main people I usually dealt with were property managers, apartment communities, rental units, real estate agents. People who would need me on a regular basis. And I also did a lot with homeowners. But having all these things in place could really make a difference. Okay, and but it's a relationship business. You're being trusted to go into $1 million homes, maybe multi-million-dollar homes. But even if it's a $50,000 home, you still need to be consistent with what you do. Getting out, seeing people, doing it. I'll talk later about the three-legged stool and all that stuff, but consistent marketing can really change your world and get you into regular work. Um, I try to, carpet companies, I go there and see them once a month. Internet helps. It's great that we can do Facebook and you can do Instagram and I can do this. But actually talking to people, that's what really works. That's what really gets things going. You know, drop by, see them, drop a little something off. It doesn't have to be great. Some cookies, some candy, a flashlight keychain thing, anything, and some educational information. Help them to gain knowledge on what you do. They're your salesman. They're going to work with you. They're going to help you build your business. They're going to help refer you to other people. To do that, they need to know why you are what you are, why you're the best, why you can get things done. It's not just about doing carpet cleaning. You can be the best in the world, but if nobody knows it, nobody cares. You can have all the knowledge in the world, but if you don't share that knowledge, it's not going to be beneficial. Share it with them. Teach them. Teach them what needs to be done. Teach them how to self protect their investments. Okay? It's not just about making money, it's about helping people do better. Zig Ziglar used to say, you help enough other people do what they want, you'll get what you want. And I've lived by that my whole life. I want to help people. And as I help people, I build relationships. I get referrals. I got one today. Actually, it was a student of mine that I taught. He lives a little far away, and he had somebody called him for a job down towards my way. He goes, hey, give this guy Randy Pierce a call at Superior Steam Cleaners. I help people build their businesses. People go, man, I don't really know much about doing that, but give Randy a call. He will help set you up. He will help you put systems and things in place so that you can build your business. And that's really what it's all about. And I'll get into this a lot more as we go through, but consistency is the next key that we need to work on.